On today's episode of Watch Chair Go, we engine swap this Avalanche. What is going on, guys? I'm Watch Chair Go, and today we're here in this epic new Ford Power Stroke truck, 6.7 beast, pulling a very dead Silverado 5.3. It's actually an Avalanche, but it's a 2010 Avalanche, a few miles on it. It's got the flashing check engine light of death. We think it's AFM or DOD that killed the engine, but we got a brand new engine sitting on a crate, ready to go in. So this is the weekend project, making this thing whole again. Yeah, that's a lot of awesome black cars at once. Brand new Power Stroke, the Volt, and this truck. All right, we're gonna start this truck up and see what's going on with it. I'd like to pull the codes too, it'd be interesting. It runs rough, and we've got the flashing check engine light of death there, and a StabiliTrak issue 2, might be a wheel speed sensor. We need to get a code reader on here just to see what's going on. We went full sketchy lift because I wanted to unbox this for you guys, so we put straps around the engine. It was already kind of moving around on the pallet, and we decided to just lift under the oil pan and the engine mounts there. It's got a solid oil pan, it's not going anywhere. So we're gonna get this thing off of its straps and then put it back onto the pallet where it can sit until we're ready to stab it in the truck here in a bit. All right, that was an adventure in itself, and now we're ready. They put the lifting strap in there.
Did they?
The seat belt. Oh well, I wanted to take it out of the plastic on video. Time to unbox a 5.3 out of a 2010. And not only is it like a 5.3, it is everything. It even sent the pedal assembly for it, which is crazy. And it's from J&J Auto Parts. I better not forget the most important part here. Those guys hooked it up like they always do, sending me a crazy complete 5.3. I was like, hey, I need a 5.3, put it in the 2010, and they were like, card number. The ECU is in there, isn't it? I was mind blown. I was like, man, I think there's an ECU. There is. 5.3 LMG dropout with accessories, with ECU. That is way more stuff than I needed. This truck has everything. It's all gonna bolt right in. But the chain on the engine hoist, I was like, what's wrong? All right, well, mind blown. I've never seen an engine show up this complete, full accessories with an ECU. If we were building a project car, this would be so cool. We could literally just shove it in and be ready to go. Like a 240 SX.
Like a Subaru WRX.
I'm gonna have to get some CRC knocker loose out and spray the manifolds and all that stuff, because all that has to come off. I don't need any of the accessories. All right, time to get the truck in here. It is go time. Let's start this thing. Remote start doesn't work when you've got the check engine light of death. So here we have this running Avalanche with no oil pressure and a big hole in the headlight. That's what you call an intake for boost. Thanks, Hellcat. This is a Hellcat inspired mod right there. And let's scan it. I want to know what the check engine light of death is. Wow, fuel used over 10,000 gallons. It's never been reset. 217,670 miles. So honestly, I wouldn't be upset about that because this is an AFM DOD engine. It got 250,000 miles almost. That's impressive.
Yeah, it is.
So hopefully this next one's good for another 150,000. Read codes. Read the codes. Read the codes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got an interesting one here. 6 stored codes, 7 pending codes, 4 permanent codes. So we've got P0030, P0053, P0135. I'm gonna ignore all this O2 nonsense. P0306, cylinder 6 misfire detected. That's probably the big bad check engine light. 0446, who cares, evap, P0521, engine oil pressure sensor, switch range, or performance. And we know that's probably true because at idle it has a little less than 10 pounds of oil pressure. Almost 20 while it's super cold. It looks like 18. You can see that looks like about 18. We did find this inside the car here. It was diagnosed, and I actually didn't know about this diagnosis. Somebody spent some labor on it, apparently 6 hours of labor or something like that. Oh no, $592 in parts. That's what they charge for the shop towels. Anyway,
Napkins.
check engine light and engine misfire. Here we go. Misfire on cylinder 3. Engine thinks it's 6, but I'll believe 3. Inspected spark plug oil fouled. Tested for spark and compression, both okay. Strange. Installed a new spark plug, and new plug became oil saturated immediately upon running the engine. Checked for leakage around the valve stem seals, none found. Suspect problem with the oil rings. So, sure. Kind of weird when we think AFM or DOD killed it. But either way, it's the good stuff. I just bought this, the Lyle Master Fuel Disconnect Kit. I had this one, but there's so many times when you need the other GM ones, and this truck has a few of them if I remember right. So I'm really happy to have this. Buy things on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description below for this kit. That way I can buy more things on Amazon too. Thank you. Short and sweet. The whole engine harness is off. Took like, honestly, less than 10 minutes. There's the engine harness, ECU. The battery cables are on there. That's how complete this is. We're gonna pull the intake real fast and get ready to start pulling that thing apart.
NASCAR style.
Cheating. Well, that was quick. I'm gonna vacuum out the ports, tape them off real fast, and this thing is ready to go in. All right, Josh and I got bored, went hard last night. We weren't planning on starting on this, but of course you guys saw the harness is off. The lift plate is on the valley cover there, and we pulled some of the nuts off the manifolds. We gotta finish up getting off the cut part of that, and yeah, the truck's ready to come apart. So let's get the hood off of here, pull the hood strut off, pull the ground strap off, and we just need to get out a 10, a 13, and a 15, because basically every single bolt on the truck's 10, 13, 15. You don't have to look for anything else. Thank you, GM, for being what a great manufacturer of vehicles. People are gonna be like, GM's terrible, reliability. I just showed you 220,000 mile stock engine. I'd be happy with it. Go your way or my way. Ready? Ready. Hey! Going your way. Fuel's still puking. Lots of fuel. As you guys know, I was talking about how Milwaukee doesn't care about us. And today doesn't care about us yet. So we went to Home Depot and bought this Impact because we had to have it, and there was that deal for a free battery. So yeah. We got a free battery, and Home Depot didn't have the battery. So Home Depot, being the wonderful place that they are, gave us a battery with a charger, the same 5.0 battery. They included the charger for free. So now, at least we have one of these things, because we kind of had to have it for this job. Engine mounts, transmission bolts are all 1,000 times easier. I've got the battery on the charger.
Everything
Everything better.
is going to be easier.
So anyway,
Especially those exhaust bolts.
Exhaust bolts, that was the key, really.
Yeah.
We were not having a lot of luck with those. So we sprayed them down with knocker loose, and then
Little torque thing. I love that.
now we're gonna hit them with that. Done and done. First test. I'm so excited about this. Here we go. It's so much better than the old Impact.
Holy cow.
It doesn't even like notice that those are bolts. It's like, are you kidding me? We need a big screwdriver to pry that off. Had to get a pry bar in here. Big screwdriver was not doing it. Got to have some fun with the Impact. Now Gabe's gonna hop under the car. Yeah.
So this is the only time it's appropriate to be a creep.
Do the creep. Yeah.
Right.
This might be enough room for us to get the engine out.
I believe it is.
That's a nice radiator.
Yeah, it's probably new. It actually looks like somebody replaced the radiator at some point. It is the time
Here we go.
to hook up
Ready to go.
this beast. The whole truck's lowered too. Fun part.
It's not standstill.
It's not stands, it's just lowered. Well, I worked for a little bit last night, but we all wanted to go to bed, so we decided to just leave this where it sits. All the trans bolts are in, torque converter bolts are in, none of them are tightened or torqued yet. So up next, I just crawl back under the car and start going through all the trans bolts, putting all those brackets back on, and tightening down on the torque converter. Torque converter torques down to 44 foot-pounds, and the trans to engine 35 foot-pounds. After that, we can hop back up top and just start hooking everything back up. You're on it, huh? Right to the good part. Got all the fun knocked out, just needs fuel lines and wiring. So we just got all the trans bolts torqued, and all that's left, torque converter bolts, starter, hook up some wires. Quick refueling break. I probably should have time-lapsed all the fun stuff going on here, but Josh wrapped up the top while I've wrapped up the bottom, and I still have to finish one exhaust. I gotta, yeah, that exhaust manifold down there. I gotta finish that. I gotta run to O'Reilly's real fast, pick up some coolant, pick up a filter, because the filter obviously is the one from the salvage yard and it's crushed. Always happens when they get shipped. But I mean, this thing's there. I'm so excited. Everything's hooked up. All the bolts are in it. Fingers crossed. Did all of our work pay off? Here's the remote, first start. As you guys saw, we just hooked power up, and I might have hooked power up earlier and just ran it on the starter with all the ignition unplugged so it wouldn't to prime the oil pump. So now we should be ready to go. Well, I'm pretty excited about this. I need to get it outside and let it idle till all this oil cooks off this thing. Finishing touch, new air filter. Make sure this new engine lasts for years to come. The heavy duty filter. All right, now I just need help to get the hood on. I'm kind of, it's a really big hood and it's not exactly one person. I could probably do it, but I don't want to drop it. So now we just wait until I can get somebody over here. It looks like we've got a dead O2 sensor. I finally threw a code after I ran it there, cycled the ignition, and pulled the codes again just to see what was going on. I think it was P0030 heater circuit issue on bank 1, side 1, whatever that is. And so that's the forward O2 sensor on the driver's side, and I ran to O'Reilly's real fast, bought a cheap O2 sensor because they can't get the AC Delco, and everyone says not to buy Bosch sensors now. I don't know why. It comes with copper anti-seize too. So we're gonna put a little bit of anti-seize on this bad boy, load it up in there, and I'm sure it'll be good. I did throw the meter on the old sensor just to make sure it was actually dead. Ohmed it out, and it does appear that the heater has a dead short. This thing is ready to go down the road. A successful swap, I guess. I say that while the hood's not on and the plastic's not back on the engine. But I'll do all that when everybody gets over here again, maybe late tonight or tomorrow morning. That way we can take it out for a drive. Anyway, today's Halloween. I gotta go hand out some candy. I hope you guys enjoyed yours. Also, Zach and I got bored, and I love urbexing, so we started a new channel called Ruined World, and I'll put a link in the description below. It's just for urban exploring. I didn't want to put the exploring old amusement parks and old junkyards and stuff like that on this channel, because we usually work on things and actually play with cars over here. So if you guys are interested and you like urbex, you might check out that channel. Subscribe if you want to. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this successful engine swap. I'm so happy about it. Thank you so much to J&J Auto for shipping us the most amazing, most complete engine I've seen in a long time come out of a salvage yard, and it started right up on the first try. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. I wanted to put on my Halloween costume that I bought last year to make a video with when we had the limo, because I had this whole great plan, but none of that's ever gonna happen. I had work to do.